Hi, everybody. How are you? Good. So I have a confession to make. My name is Michał, and I'm a conference junkie. It started quite innocently with Dev Day 2012. That was my first big conference. Actually, it started a little bit earlier because one of my good friends from university introduced me to talk of this guy. This is Scott Hanselman. He was speaking at Dev Day 2012. And Scott is awesome speaker, so if you haven't heard him speaking, you should definitely look at his talks. He's very well renowned speaker. And I learned from about Dev Day from this tweet, which is kind of crazy because I haven't heard about Polish conferences, nobody in Poland, I just heard it from tweet from some speaker. So I came to Dev Day and I kind of get mind blown of how much I don't know about programming in general, how much stuff is out there, because I was a person that Scott Hanselman described as dark matter developers. Those are people who do their daily job, write a lot of good, high quality code, but they're never out there. They're not at GitHub, they're not on conferences. They're just doing their job 9 to 5. And then go back to their home and not sharing this huge amount of knowledge they have. Yeah, so I was one of them. I came to the conference and I've seen the light. I also met this guy. This is Martin Mazur. We're now very good friends, but I met him at this conference. And he started talking about this awesome company he works for, about the conference they're making, but just by themselves, small 60 people company. And he told me that they have this conference in 2 weeks in Malmö, but they're already sold out. But I don't understand sold out. Sold out is a state of mind. So let's just fast forward, and 2 weeks ago I went to LeadSpeak. And then it escalated quickly over like next year. I was hooked, and conference going is hell of a drag. I came to Dev Day in 2013, and around that time there were like much more people from Triton coming over. Last year there was like in 2012 there's only Martin, but he shared in his company about this, and there came much more. Among them was Dennis, the CEO, and they started talking about me maybe joining them at some point in Sweden. So let's fast forward 6 months later, and I moved to Sweden, because why not? Next year, in Dev Day 2014, we had another speaker from Triton 37, and I was there as one of the people working for there. I also started working with LeadSpeak, the conference we're making as a company. So this year, for a second year, I'm on a speakers committee, helping to pick up speakers we want to have at our conference. This is a picture from last year from Gothenburg. We call ourselves Polish Mafia because we had around 8 or 10 people from Poland visiting Gothenburg. This year we are in Stockholm, and we're technically sold out, but you know, we're probably gonna release some small batch next week of tickets, just so you know. And after that followed, I realized like the cheapest way to go to conferences is to speak at them. So, another hint. So yeah, it was like quite a story. In 3 years, I came from person who never go to conferences to person who speak at conferences. And after 3 years, I'm speaking at the conference that started all this. So it's like very cool for me. It's like a full circle. So few lessons I learned about all the time, that it's not always like small things can, when connected properly, can lead to big things. So if I didn't have a friend from university, I probably wouldn't started following Scott. I wouldn't probably get to know about Dev Day this quick, and this all started, this waterfall of things coming over. And when you go to conference, not always the content is the most important part, because there is a lot of smart people who made already a first step. They decided to come here. So they're already pre-filtered. You get a lot of smart people who want to be engaged, who are passionate about their craft and about their profession. So not only listen to speakers, also talk to each other. That's the best way to make new contacts, to learn new things. And sit in the front row. That helps a lot. Like we as speakers, we basically see first two rows like in a tunnel vision. So if you want really to get engaged with the speaker, talk with them. They already see you during a 45-minute talk or so. They already know your face, and it's much easier to make some connection. And yeah, talk to speakers, because we are human the same way you are. We are really stressed before the talk, we are really relieved after the talk, and on a daily way, we're just developers like you. There's nothing special about people speaking. 3 years ago, I never go to conference, so now it's just very quick way to go this way. And I have homework for you. So if this is your first conference, you should come to another one to get hooked. If it's your not first conference, you're already on good way. So there are just 2 examples. On 10th October, this Lead Speak in Sweden. We'll probably have some tickets next week. There are a lot of cheap flights to Stockholm, it's possible. And there is also Programistok in Białystok. It's also organized by Maciek, who's sitting there, so talk to Maciek. I checked just before the talk that registration is still open. Tickets are also very cheap, so that's a very good start. Yeah, start speaking. It's really cool. And user groups are a really good start to start speaking, because you start with a friendly crowd. People are much more open. It's still okay to make mistakes, and you can learn a lot this way. And it's always like people think, what should I speak about? But the truth is, nobody knows better your experience and your look at things and how you see things. So you're the best expert to share your experiences and how you see the knowledge and how you learn things. And to push this industry forward, we need your expertise, because around 1% of people is sharing the knowledge. We need those 99% to move forward. So yeah, start speaking. We want you. Don't be selfish, because sharing is caring. And yeah, that's all what I wanted to say. Enjoy the rest of the conference, and if you want to talk more about this stuff, I'll be still for a few hours. And then I'm joining my friends from company, because they're not here this year, because they're on the conference trip to Spain. So I'm here and I'm joining them in the evening. So thank you.